What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Submission Fishing live podcast. How y'all doing today? Good to be with you. We got in the house Benji, Tom Cotton Moreno. What's going on, man? First one, man. You heard early. 7:43. What's going on, man? Doug Rubin, El Sueño. What's going on? Semi Prum. Glad you could join us. Captain Dan, who's from rainy Boston. Looks like another muddy Supercross for us. Yeah, man. It's been some pretty rough weather today in the East Coast. Spinning Rod Rebel Marvin. What's going on, man? How you been? Good to see you. Feel like it's been a while. What's going on, guys, on Instagram? Glad you could join us. We're on the YouTube live. We're just going to talk a little fishing. So if you guys want to join us on YouTube, we got like the live chat going on there and stuff like that. So if you're not a member of the YouTube, come check us out on there. Yeah, we got a couple things to go over today. I don't know how much. We'll see if we get through the full hour today. I didn't have like too much planned. I was super busy. We went to St. Augustine. It was my wife's birthday yesterday. We left Tuesday, Wednesday. We've been over there, but then the baby was up throwing up all night, so I haven't had much sleep, man. It was a rough night for sure. We drove home today. It was super crazy, but yeah, we got some questions. We got some news stories and stuff. We'll get through it. We'll see what happens though. If we don't get through the whole hour, it's all good. I at least want to come on and give you guys an update, say what's up, talk with you guys a little bit, talk some fishing if you got any questions. And there are some news stories for sure we got to go over. But yeah, should be good. Lalo Fish, what's going on, man? Glad you could join us. What's going on, guys? Instagram. Let's see. There is actually a pretty big story. I don't know if we'll go over that. Let's go over some announcements first. The Spotty Bowl's coming up, I think, for is the San Diego Spotty Bowl coming up this weekend? I just want to remind you guys that we are a sponsor of Spotty Bowl, and we do have a side pot. So every week, you can win a $25 gift card to the Submission Fishing store if you get the biggest fish on a submission jig. Just have it next to your bump board, and yeah, you have a chance of winning $25. It seems like the same couple of people keep winning it, so you guys get out there and get some free money, get some free jigs. I just want to remind you guys to definitely go for some of those side pots, man. It seems like there's a couple of guys that got it down. They're like, they know how to like hunt for those things, because a lot of people I think have just kind of passed them over. They don't really think about them, which I understand. You know, you get so caught up in spotty fishing. It's like, especially when you're just tournament fishing, you really don't have time to think about anything else. You're so zoned in. But a lot of them can't even or don't even have to be caught like during the hours that you're fishing your spotty bowl. A lot of them can be caught off hours or like throughout the weekend that it's happening. You know, it doesn't have to be on your day, but I understand. It's a lot of fishing. It definitely is a lot of fishing. Driftwood Fishing 760. What's going on, man? Glad you could join us. Oos. Semi from said yes, SD this weekend. And then LA Orange County on 4/26. Awesome. Driftwood Fishing's got the Big Balls tournament tomorrow. So they've got a little big fish tournament going on too. So if you guys want to join them, you can check them out. They've got a Discord. I don't know if it's a private Discord or not. Or if it's public, let me know on that. But you can find their stuff on Instagram. They got a lot of signups and stuff. So definitely check that out. Always some something to do for sure. And we got the Submission at Sea. So we've got Submission at Sea going on. If you guys want to fish with us, fish with me. I'm going out October 24th through the 25th, I believe. It's going to be a 2-day trip. Technically, it's kind of like a 3 because we're leaving that night on the 24th, and we'll be back. Actually, I think the 26th, 24th, 25th, 26th, we should be out fishing. So we're thinking about going to 60 Mile Bank. That's the idea. Go get some big rockfish really deep and then fishing for bluefin at night. So you guys check that out. It's $875, 2-day trip. Meals are included. You know, we give you jigs and we have raffles and all that stuff. And yeah, check it out. So if you guys want to do that, first ones that or not first one, just as you sign up, you pick your spot. So if you go to submissionfishing.com under the Submission at Sea tab, the tickets are kind of listed by bunk. So you basically choose what bunk you want to be in, and then that's the ticket that you buy. So it's kind of first come, first serve on the bunks. You basically choose the ticket, choose the bunk, and yeah, get in there. So it's kind of a benefit to get in there early. You get to choose where you want to go. got a couple spots filled up. So yeah, definitely get in there. Sammy Prun says another raining weekend. Yeah, it was. We were funny. We were driving home from St. Augustine. What's going on, guys? On Instagram, we were driving over from Augustine today, and didn't get to do any fishing. It was super rainy and windy. Today it was, anyways. We were driving back, and we stopped at Starbucks, kind of in between. St. Augustine's about an hour away from Jacksonville, so we were coming up north, and we were getting like tornado warnings like on our phone, and they had it like zoned in where we like stopped at the Circle K to get some water. And we were driving back, and our phones were blowing up. We're like, oh, it's just a little tornado warning. And we were driving, and it was just like sheets of water. It was crazy. I've never seen rain like this before in my life, and it was super windy. We drove through. The baby was sleeping in the back, and we got home, and you can see like on the chart where we had like just passed through. I didn't see it or anything, but we got back home, and my wife was showing me on social media there was like straight up tornado, like just ripped through that area. It was crazy. We must have like just missed it or drove past it or something, but yeah, it was crazy. Just what do you think? You get it all in Florida. It's like, oh, they don't have tornadoes in Florida, but apparently there's more tornadoes per capita in Florida than any other state, which was crazy. I don't think they get the big ones, and not like Oklahoma and stuff like that. They don't get a lot of the category 3, 4, and 5s, but I think they get a lot of like the smaller ones. So this is something else to worry about. There's a handle if you want to register. Okay, check that out. If you want to do the big balls tournament, can they do it driftwood with the can they run it with the spotty bowl tournament too? I know spotty bowl they let you usually fish multiple tournaments. I know they don't care, or they got to be in like the group that you guys are going with. Spitting Wild Rebel says things are good and the Arizona weather. Oh, that's Benji. I'm sorry. Oh, he's talking to Marvin. That's where I got confused. Things are good. Arizona weather's starting to heat up. Yeah. So we had a nice adventure today. And then yeah, and some of the news, we've got some more news from my favorite people at the CDFW. Unfortunately, they've closed salmon season again. So this is the actual second year in a row that they've closed the salmon fishery. This mostly obviously affects central and southern California. It's pretty tragic though, to be honest with you. The salmon stocks continue to be impacted. So this is the Pacific Fishery Management Council, PFMC, acted unanimously to recommend closures of California's commercial and recreational ocean salmon fishing throughout the end of the year, mirroring recommendations made last year to close the fishery in 2023. Salmon stocks continue to be impacted in California from ongoing issues associated with drought, climate disruption. The salmon currently present returning to California's coast and rivers are impacted by the multi-year drought, several wildfires, associated impacts with spawning and retreat having, um, harmful algae blooms and stuff like that. He says, after the closure last year, the decision was not easy to make this one, said the CDFW director, Charleston Bonham. Oh, we've been enjoying back-to-back rainy, wet winters this last year. The salmon will benefit from these conditions and aren't expected to return to California until around 2026 to 2027. So it seems like they're already priming closures for the next couple of years. And apparently this fishery's only been closed like 4 times, 4 or 5 times like in the history. And now it's been 2 years back to back, which was crazy. Yeah. So it just really sucks. A lot of it just sucks for like the commercial fishery too, because you can see a lot about in this other story. And one of the biggest issues that it really sucks, to be honest with you, is that um, the whole thing with the fishery being shut down is that the fishermen get punished, but really it had nothing to do with like the fish. It's just not overfishing or anything. The numbers have dropped, from like 1.5 million salmon, what they're saying, to like 100,000 or something like that. But the whole tragedy of the whole thing is that the whole reason why the salmon have been dying and haven't been able to breed is because It's the way that they run the dam system. So the people that control the waterways, they basically let all the salmon die. They didn't put enough water through the river systems. They diverted the dams to other portions of the state, and that's actually what caused the biggest downfall and the death of the salmon. And it's just really a tragedy that the fishermen get punished with it. And a lot of it's the commercial fishery too. So they shut it down last year, and then they tried to allocate all this money, to this disaster relief from the federal government, but see, a lot of people weren't even getting the money, and they lost $50 billion, and they allocated 20 or 50 million, and they allocated 20 million or something. A lot of people didn't get the money, and it's just really sad. Fishermen always get the blame for anything, but it's just poor management of the waterways, which is really a shame. It's like they were saying the last couple of years they've had so much water and they just don't know what to do with it. They don't know how to divert it. They send it inland too much, and they just basically neglected all the creeks and the rivers, and destroyed the salmon. And now it's fishermen that basically have to suffer. So the second year in a row that the California fishery, has been shut down. It's crazy. You can see some of the responses in the some of this other stuff. Was a pretty decent article. Yeah, so here were some of the rebuttals. It said the state and federal water managers are devastating our rivers. They remove the vast amount of waters and creating lethally high temperatures in those rivers that are destroying the salmon. If you kill all the baby salmon through California water policy, then 2 or 3 years later, you aren't going to have any adults returning, or very few. This is the governor's legacy. Newsom announced Thursday that the state would ask for federal governments for a disaster declaration to provide financial assistance to the owners of commercial salmon fishing boats, recreational boats, and other industries. Um, yeah, and he says decades of climate extremes and severely impacted our salmon populations, and we're taking action to address the crisis long term. We've continued working with the Biden administration and Congress to ensure Cotton's fisheries to impact communities that are supported. It's such a joke, man. So they approved 20 million spending to help, but like, haven't we learned our lesson? Like closing stuff down and just pumping money into stuff. Like inflation's already through the roof. New report comes out, it's already like back up to 5%. Everybody thought it was going down. Like, are we ever going to learn shutting down the government and shutting things down and then trying to buy our way out of it isn't exactly working? It has not been helping the situation. And the worst part is, it's just like self-inflicted wounds in California. It's like we can build these sow plants. It's not even a water problem. It's just a water distribution problem. When I lived in Carlsbad, they went to build a desalination plant. Um, right there, SDG&E owned the land. They actually own the lagoon right there, which is by downtown Carlsbad. I don't know. Some of you guys don't know that. You actually need a permit to fish there because it's not public water. It's privately owned, and that's where they had the electrical place, and they tore down the big steam stack, and then they were trying to build a desalination plant. And then when they do, right, all you hear about is how we need water in Southern California. And then everybody comes out and complains and tries to shut down the desalination plant. So it's like, we've got unlimited coast, basically. This company that eventually they got it through, but it took years and years. And now they're so far behind, trying to build the desal to get fresh water. And we've got all this coast in California, and we can solve basically the freshwater issue, but then nothing happens. So then we divert water from the dams and kill all the salmon, and then punish the fishermen, in the fishing industry and all the commercial fishermen. So it's just a shame. I hate reading that stuff. It was a completely preventable thing, It's just stupid. Hopefully it gets better. We'll see what this rain brings the last couple of years, but from the sound of it, looks like they're already prepping closures for the next couple of years. But I don't know if you're going to have a commercial fishery then. That just goes on to the bigger thing, right? Then we just have to rely on other countries for fish, and we're importing and getting stuff from Asia and South America where they don't give a damn about the fishery. And then we lose the fishery here. It never comes back. And then we're importing all of our food, It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. Catch and release. Angel, what's going on? Just ordered a 15-gram sumo and a 10-gram sumo. Hell yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing some pictures on that. That's awesome. Yeah, so that was the news, unfortunately. Salmon fishing's out. Hopefully, it comes back the next year or two. Jerkwood said it's going to be with the group out of the north part of Point Loma Kelp Beds. Okay. So you got to be part of the group to go out of Mission Bay. Cool. Spotty at best. Oos, what's going on, man? Glad you could join us. How you doing this year in the Spotty Bowl? Hopefully good. Yeah, so that was the news. And then back in you guys haven't noticed, we had the micro jigs back in stock, 10 and 15s. We're back in, and it's been super crazy. So, like I said, we were out with for my wife's birthday, out of town for a couple of days, and we're back. And yeah, it's just been nuts, dude. We came back and we had um I think I had 70 pages, 70 pages of orders to fulfill. And I fulfilled orders for about 2 or 3 hours today and probably only got about halfway through them. So um, we got a ton of orders, but I'm glad you guys are finally getting your hands on them. I think we marked out some of the sumo rainbow rolls. I think I zeroed those out. We were getting close on those. But the good news is, um, we do have some in stock, so you guys can definitely get them now. But we're also sending them to tackle stores too. So this is kind of the first run of the what's going on, man? Jed the Fisherman. We're on YouTube if you want to join us, or you can kick it on Instagram. It's up to you. So we've got the this is really the first run of the 10 and 15 grams. So behind this one, we already placed an order like a month and a half ago. To it's about 5 times the size of this one. So um, these ones have been basically torn through a lot. We still have some, so if you guys are waiting, I wouldn't wait too much longer. But anyways, what I was saying is a lot of them are allocated to tackle stores. So even if we sell out online with these ones fairly quick, we have another order coming in um, behind this, a huge order. Like I said, it's about 5 times the size. We got a new color coming into of the 10 and 15s, assassins and sumos, but then these tackle stores are going to be restocked. The mercenary. Sorry, it's not the assassin anymore. Jessica had to correct me. The sumo and the mercenary. It's not the assassin anymore. We no longer sell assassins, only mercenaries. So yeah, if you guys want to get some, I mean, don't wait. They're going quick. I've still got orders fulfilled. They should go out tomorrow. I'm gonna get down to them, finish packing stuff up. But thank you guys. I mean, for all the support, and love you guys. I didn't think we were gonna sell that many, but I came home and then they were just like popping off all week. So Um, it's been really good. It's a good problem to have. I feel bad for the spotties though. I mean, I was printing these orders, and most of us there was some in Florida and other states, but most of them were in California. I'm just like, damn, dude, I feel bad. Is these spotties are about to be like it's gonna be like 300. The arrows like blotting out the sun. It's gonna be the jigs blotting out the sky and the bays in the next couple of days when literally thousands of these jigs start hitting the water. It's freaking crazy. It's gonna be wild. But yeah, no, like Tackle Express has a big order coming in. Dana Landing is a really big order coming in. Um, Fisherman's Access actually has a pretty big order coming in. And then we've got the usual places like who else we got? We got a new Vista. Angler's Tackle and Vista. That's actually a new shop. So they picked up some, looks like a lot of 10 or 15 grams. So those are going out. Sharkbait's got some coming in. Bob Sands has some coming in. Who else? Sharkbait, Catch 'em Tackle, Hogan's. So a lot of these places out there on the West Coast are getting a restock. So if you didn't get any jigs, go get them at the tackle store, guys. Support them, pick them up, and yeah, should be should be good. Looking forward to getting the next stock too. We're trying not to run out again, but these ones are going quick, so don't wait on those guys if you're looking to pick some up. Spotty at best, second place so far. Big fail last session. Yeah, man, that happens. Good thing we got the mulligan. The only thing is that sucks about that is like when you have a bad outing, it's like when you want to take like a mulligan off later in the season, you can't. Like if you had a really bad outing, then you're like forced to fish. I feel your pain. That's pretty good though. All you got to do is make the playoffs, right? Because then anything happens. Anybody can win there. As long as you're in playoff contention, you should be good. Driftwood says, I just talked to them a couple weeks ago. English tackle had no idea about submission. I'm stoked they made a good order. Yeah, um, a rep must have went out there because yeah, we definitely got an order from them. They didn't get a lot, but they just they get a nice little starter order of the micro stuff. I used to go to that tackle store all the time too. That was like one of my mains. Pacific Coast Bait and Tackle. Oh, they're getting some too. So PCBT. Nate was on with us. He works there. He was on here a couple weeks ago. You guys can go say what's up to him. He'll teach you how to fish him. But yeah, English Tackle was another one that was pretty close to my house that I used to go to all the time. So I'm glad they picked them up, and that's awesome. But yeah, so it's good. It's good to have some stock back for sure. But the moral of the story is, you guys don't wait. A lot of you guys didn't. You jumped on them, but if you're listening to this and you want the micro jigs, get them now. If you don't want to wait a couple weeks, now is the time. Driftwood says that's where I get my tuna rigging. Yeah, that's where I used to get my too. They used to have the like the prepackaged ones, right, with like the leader on them and then the clips and all that stuff. I got a lot there too. Not a lot of places do that. It was pretty smart. You just go buy them. They're already in the bags. They got the leader and everything all tied up. That's definitely a way to go. Makes life easier instead of getting out on the and specifically for like the slow pitch and knife jigs too. Definitely cool. Bob Sandstacko, what's going on, man? We're just talking about you guys. Sending you guys an order out. We got you on the list for some jigs. I'm looking at it right now. Yeah, they're definitely really cool. All right, guys, on Instagram, I'm going to sign off here. If you want to join us, find us on YouTube. And thanks for tuning in. Later. See if we can get to my questions here. Yeah, it's been pretty good. The fishing here, it's been good. If you guys want a little fish report, we did. I think I went out Saturday, and I got five redfish and a nice black drum, all on the jigs, fishing like crazy, like 2 feet, 2 feet of water or less, 2 feet, 5 feet, but a lot of it just a couple inches of water. I just cast it out to the grass line, just pop it a few times, and it was getting smoked. It was pretty fun. Got a few on the docks too. Super shallow water. Well, we were going out skinny, and yeah, I had to push pull in a few places. Just getting in there in a couple inches, and got some redfish. Had to take a break from the offshore, give the back a rest, take a nice easy day. But yeah, it was pretty good. We've been having trouble, I think, like you guys, finding breaks in the weather. It's been so bad and so windy. It's like you want to go out, but really you got to time it. When you can. It's been the wind has been the biggest issue, and then the rain is the second issue. Today we had both, and then I just got to wait for breaks in the weather, unfortunately. But California looks like it's having the same issue. Yet still somehow massive drought with basically like record flooding in California. We can't find a way to harness that water. Freaking crazy, man. Let's see here. Move on to some of the check out some of you guys' questions from Instagram. $760 RX1 says, how do I get free stuff? You don't get free stuff. Nothing in this life is free. Even if you guys want like free jigs, in reality, nothing is like really free, because even the guys that like pro staff, I send some free stuff to sometimes, and I do sponsor like some tournament guys, like Brian likes to fish, stuff like that. But reality is those aren't even free jigs either. Those guys work their ass off, providing content, taking pictures, and just doing that extra work. Like, is not easy. So even though they get discounts and some free jigs, sometimes it's like it's still not free. It's like it's a trade for exposure and content. It's still definitely work. So I get a lot of questions on people always want to get sponsored. I get that one a lot too. Lots of people text me and send me questions on Instagram of how I can get sponsored, and Really, you just gotta put your name out there. You gotta fish the product, show you want to be part of the submission team, and eventually, I'll reach out to you, or you can reach out to me. But if you, unfortunately, if you've got like, you actually don't even really have to have that many followers. That doesn't really concern me, but you've got to be posting the stuff. Even if you have 15 followers, if you're posting um, lots of images of you actually fishing the jigs, getting bit on the jigs, that's really what it takes, and that, unfortunately, it's not free. It's a lot of work, and I tell that to a lot of the young guys. I think they just don't have money, but I tell them that, I'm like, just go buy one and just post stuff, and we'll see what happens. And most of them just don't do it, right? Like, I'm like, they're like, oh yeah, cool, that sounds good. I'm like, if you want to be part of the team, just make some posts, share some videos, go be an ambassador for us, and we'll see what happens. Some of them do. There are some young guys that um, they go out there and share it, but unfortunately, yeah, there's no such thing as a free meal in anywhere in the world. You gotta work for anything. Like I said, even if you were getting products from any company for free, it's not actually free, because it's still costing you your time, your effort, and it's a lot of work. It's like a trade, more than anything. At least that's the way I see it. Driftwood said, "Grind, grind, grind." Yeah, it really is, man. It's crazy. It's You guys don't know, like, just content creation, but even like, if you fish a lot, it's not that bad. But still, you got to remember to take pictures. You got to go back and do it. Like, it's not a it's not as easy, as a lot of people think. If it was, I think everybody would be doing it, But Sammy knows, yeah, nothing is life is free. It's true, dude. It's true. Even those people, like, any company, right, or any sport. Those NASCAR guys got all the logos and stuff, and they probably get tons of products for free. All this stuff. I've worked for people like this. One guy was a professional skater in Carlsbad. There was actually a lot of them. I won't say his name or anything like that, but and I remember this was years ago, and he gave me like a whole case of like Monster Energy drinks because he was sponsored. But that dude had like X Game trophies. He was out there skating all the time. Like, the sponsorship is, he was a top performer, and they wanted, to rep his name, but he wasn't just sitting there sponsored by Monster. Like, that dude had to put in freaking work, hardcore. It's just how it works. Doug Rubin says, "I love my jigs." That's awesome, man. But yeah, I do get that question a lot. So if you guys do want to get some sort of sponsorship or be on the pro staff, just put your name out there. Just a lot of times I reach out to people, to be honest with you. If I see people posting my stuff a lot when I haven't even like asked them to or reached out to them, but I just see that they are really into the brand and the products, and they're constantly tagging me on stuff, chances are I'll hit you up and be like, "Hey, dude, what do you think about this?" So if you want to get noticed, I mean, that's how it works. But thank you for the question. That's how you get free stuff. And the great Catchby says, "Can I have more stickers?" If you place another order, yeah, I'll send you some. I'll send you some extra stickers. You can have free stickers. I guess that's something for you could have. Usually, if I see you, I'll send out some stickers. Usually not the big ones, but we'll send out those little submission fishing ones for sure. Chef Trinell's what? Jessica says free sticker over $50. Free shipping over 75. Sammy says, "Gotta love the jigs and make it your comfort go-to jig." Yeah, I mean, because that's the thing too, right? That's a good point. It's got to be something you like fishing, because it's, in order for it to work for everybody, it's like, it's got to be a style you like. It's got to be jigs you like. It's because if somebody's like just looking for some sort of sponsorship, and it's for a product that they don't even like to fish, or it's not going to work. They're not going to fish it. Maybe these people just like fishing drop shots or paddle tails or something. I mean, then fish what you're good with. Fish with what you like. It's not for everybody. But if you enjoy jigging, slow pitch jigging and shore jigging stuff, then it can be a good fit. But that is important. It makes it a lot easier loving what you do. Chef Purnell says, "Will these work for largemouth bass?" Yeah, they will. Actually, one of the young kids just sent me a whole bunch of pictures, like 4 pictures. Braden's his name. But yeah, he sent me a whole bunch of largemouth. He's this kid, he's out there. I think he trains too jujitsu. I met him at PCS, and he came and said, "What's up?" But He's always sending me freshwater pics, and I share them a lot when he sends them on Instagram. But they definitely do get bit. Freshwater is definitely one of those areas where we're trying to like break into. It's hard because I'm not really a freshwater fisherman, so I don't really know too much about largemouth bass fishing and stuff. So it's kind of hard for me. But do see people catching them. Um, Danny Martinez, he won Spotty Bowl last year, and he's one of the guys that we actually sponsor, one of our competitors, and he does largemouth bass fishing and he catches them as well. So that's one of those things we're trying to get into. It's just it's new and it's hard to break in, with new lures and stuff. Just crazy where they work. It was kind of I'm gonna say accident. Well, it was kind of accidental how I figured out when they worked for Spotties, and then we kind of refined it over the years and made the jigs. But that style would work for Spotties. It was something we kind of stumbled on and then really leaned into. And then I learned more about slow pitch jigging after catching Spotties on it. But it's crazy how we're catching stuff in the surf now, offshore, like freshwater. This reaction bites, everything eats these jigs, dude. It's crazy. We just got to get out there and catch stuff. So that's a good way. If you guys want to get a sponsorship, if you're a freshwater fisherman and you can slay some bass on these things, we'll definitely get you in the network for sure. I mean, that's a huge market that I think has a lot of potential in. For me, it's my confidence jig. Me too, Sammy. Yeah, that's sumo, right? Rainbow sumo. Heck yeah. Driftwood said I actually got invited to go fish green lips in Mexico to film some content. Was going to see. Mido had extra time to get out there. Should be late August. I told him I want to do some slow pitch jigs. Yeah, man, that'd be awesome. Sammy says I'm determined to get some greenbacks with the mercenary. Stay tuned. I've seen them, man. It works. I gotta do it. There's too much fishing. It's just too much fishing and not enough time. Not enough time. Too many fish. I already like get indecisive if I want to go offshore or inshore. It's crazy. I guess that's a good problem to have. But that's where I can't do it all. That's where a lot of the pro staffers really help out because having guys that are better fishermen than myself and unique fisheries is really helps because I'm not an expert in all things. Doug Rubin says we need to put together another fishing trip together soon on my boat. Come on hit up the submission at sea, man. We'll go get some monsters. Fish all night for them. And then we'll get some big, deep 600-gram rockfish, some absolute giants. Benji Murillo says, just got the boat serviced, and I'm going to try slow pitch jigging for big stripers on Lake Mojave this summer. And I do have a large selection of slow pitch. You do have a large selection. That's true. I've seen the stripers. People send me, I've seen pictures of stripers too, multiple times. I've seen stripers with the jigs. They're a good jig fish. Any of those super aggressive predatory fish, even the pelagics, they'll smoke those things. The stripers is my understanding because I talked to um, I think I've talked to the guy at Bullhead, Benji. You might know him. It's like King River or River King. I think it's River King tackle store right there. He's a pretty cool guy. Kevin knows him too. And I talked to him and he was saying how the stripers, he kind of likened them to like yellowtail, like they go up and down the river. You can find them in the river. You don't even have to go at the lake. And he says they travel kind of up and down, following schools looking for food. So sometimes you can find them or you just cast out and then school runs by, but there's not really like a place for them, I guess is the moral of the story. They're not like, they don't sit on structure or camp out under docks. Really, they just kind of move wherever the bait balls are. But I've seen some big stripers in there. Mel, what's going on, man? Oos, welcome to the show. Glad you could join us. OC Ranger, what's going on, man? I'm doing good. Doing good. Like I said, if you're just catching up on the story, I'm pretty tired, to be honest with you. I didn't have too much planning for the show. Baby was up barfing last night. I guess it was this morning. When did it start? Like 2:30. Yeah, it was like 2:30 in the morning. She was throwing up, and yeah. So I'm not running on the best sleep, to be honest with you. Be looking forward to bed tonight for sure. So we're just doing questions and stuff like that, pretty much. Let's see. We got some other questions here. Oh, yeah, we covered the bass questions. Driftwood said, "Are there any custom jerseys getting named?" No, I guess you can get them named. We're not having them named through the company or anything like that, so they won't be customized. Micah River King, yeah, yeah, he's a cool dude. What's up, Benji? Get some submissions in there. You can be my Arizona rep. Hit me up. I'll give you a contract. Give you a percentage of all the sales. I don't know how many tackle stores are in Arizona, but we can get them in there. OC Ranger says, Muto, that hat looks good on you. Yeah, man, that was the gift. California harbor fishing. You guys have always been good to me, dude. No lie. You guys have been with us for a while now. Always supportive of us. I really appreciate that. Mark's the man. Do I sell the hooks from the micro jig separately? Not yet. That's on my list of a million things to do. If you need hooks, Sammy, let me know. Because I do have some. I just don't have any like packaging or anything to put them in, but I do have like quite a bit. But I don't have like anything, like nice and fancy. I guess I should start selling them. Maybe just like put them in some packages. I can maybe staple them or something, or even just looking at some top cards. I could probably get some packaging made actually, or even have them made and shipped out. But yeah, I know that's one of the requests a lot of people ask. Lalo Fish asked, "What time does the boat leave for submission at sea?" I'm not sure. Probably we're going at night. Probably somewhere between 7 and 9 p.m. I would have to guess. At least that's my experience from catching bluefin. But I'll know probably sooner. I'm gonna see if I get the captain on actually from the Voyager. Have him on the show and talk about the game plan and all that stuff. I think it'd be pretty awesome. I'm looking forward just to kind of helping everybody out because I don't think I can get bluefin to Arizona. I mean Arizona, Florida. Maybe take it to 5-star and then have it ship it out. I'll have to check, but I'm more interested in getting you guys hooked up. So if you guys want to go on the trip, submission at sea, I'll be there. Come talk to me, ask me what you need, how to get bit. I can give you whatever knowledge I can. I caught a lot of bluefish last year, a lot of bluefin, lots of big rockfish too. So we got the technique down on those things. OC Rainier says 2 months, and I get to throw my new ogres. Heck yeah, man! Looking forward to seeing some fish. Tuna season's coming, man. It's gonna be good. They kind of popped up early and then they disappeared. Kind of my understanding. I haven't checked the fish reports, but I think the cold water system kind of came in and they dipped out. We just have a new order from. Oh, it was Young's tackle, right? Oh, Baja tackle and catch them. They're getting jigs too. Oh yeah, save on tackle PCBT. Benji says, "Hell yeah, we have River King and Big Five, and I have submission SoCal gear. I should do just as good." Right? He should. You should. You should go be friends with my. You should take my dad fishing, Benji. He's retired and he lives in Bullhead. I mean, you guys are probably close by. Bullhead's not that big, and I'll have to get out there too. We haven't been like probably a year, 2 years. Probably 2021, 2022, we were out there. We used to go out like every year, but I'm sure we'll make it out there. 2021 was the last time we went out there. So wow, we used to go out like every year, go on the river. We'll have to take the baby out and go visit the grandparents, but definitely Warner Bullhead will hit you up. Go fish for some striper. I went out there and tried to fish, but I didn't really know what the hell I was doing. But it's cool. There's a fishing dock. Where's that one casino in Laughlin? No, there's like the Riverside. The first one that has a movie theater. Yeah, there's a casino. They have a fishing park there actually. Like when you go over the bridge from Bullhead, right there in Laughlin, and then but I don't remember. I was confused as like the fishing license because it's like the river's half. Like if you're on one half, if you fish from the shore from Nevada, you need like a Nevada fishing license, and then if you were in the Arizona side, you need an Arizona one. If you were in the middle, like I think you could have one or the other or both. I don't know. It was confusing. I think I just had the Nevada one and then fished on the Nevada side, but we'll get out there for sure. Benji Moreno with the $10 super sticker. Thank you, Benji. I appreciate you, brother. Keeping the lights on in the submission fort. We'll see. Ranger said, "Do you think about making submission Eddie bombs?" I've thought about it. I've looked into it. I don't know if it's. I have looked into it. I don't know if there's. I don't know if I can move enough, or if there's like a big market from it. I could be honest, or I'll be honest with you. 100% is I've been on trips, and we went on this one trip, and a lot of people were fishing those, and nobody caught shit on those things. And the knife jigs and the submission jigs were getting bit, and a lot of people put the bombs away. I've heard they work. I've seen fish on them. I know it's like I know they do work. It's the same concept. They feel them coming down at night. They can feel the pressure in their lateral lines. They know when they're coming through. I have no doubt that they get bit, but the one time I like kind of saw them in action, or the few times I actually in all the tuna trips I went in last year, I haven't seen a single person catch one on one of those things, and a lot of people had them tied on. I think it's one of those things when they pop off, they work. Like when the fish are like keyed on them, but I just don't know. Yeah, I just don't know. It'd probably be pretty easy to make, but I don't know if that's where I want to put all my resources. But I have looked into it for sure. Right next to Rotary Park. So it is the Riverside. Yeah, that is the first one. Yeah, they got that cool little fishing park there. And then if you go like north to up by the lake, you can go over like up by the dam. There's like a really nice place there because the water like kind of pools up. Check it out, dude. Check it out. Want to see some submission stripers. Yeah, I think that was it as far as questions go. If you guys have any more questions, let me know. Like I said, if not, we'll just wrap it up early, call it a wrap. Yeah, so big orders going out, guys. I really appreciate all you guys for making my life hard for the next 2 days, packing orders like crazy. No, just keep them coming, guys. I really appreciate it, man. It's means a lot to me. When I see a lot of those orders come in, working hard to keep them stocked. And yeah, tackle stores are going to have them, so make sure you're buying them from them as well. Don't just always get them online. Keep the tackle stores happy, support them. They make money on them too, so it kind of helps everybody out. If you guys want to see jigs in your store and they don't have them, just ask them about us. That's how it kind of spreads the word. Because if my rep goes through there and the tackle store has heard of them, and like a couple people have asked, for them already, they're like, oh, you know what? Multiple people have been asking for the jigs, so it makes it easier to get into those tackle stores for sure. But let this be the year that submission takes over the spotty world. All right, guys, I'm gonna get some sleep. It's been a long day. Hopefully the baby stays asleep this time. I really appreciate you guys, and we'll be back next week. We'll have something better planned for you, and should be good. Remember, y'all, Corey King, what's going on, man? Good luck. Hopefully you're feeling better. I know you weren't doing got a little sickness this week, but hopefully you recover, and it's all good. Good luck at Spotty Bowl, and yeah, man. Looking forward to seeing you guys next week. Seeing all the fish you guys are going to catch and all these jigs we're sending out. And remember, submission at sea. Sign up. Don't wait. Come join us. Fish with us offshore. All right, guys. Oos.